the game did that thing where I alt-tabbed and the output went crazy, so let's just... There we go. Let's put in my first one. I did turn on viewer... Oh, I didn't turn on viewer requests. It'll help if I turn on viewer requests, won't it? I will need to redo. How is the volume on... Well, not that we can tell without... Well, I suppose gameplay-wise, but I'm having the game audio low, but it snuck in first. Hide for myself, but still have it pinned. Right. There we go. It does seem fairly low, so I'm actually going to quickly raise that a little bit. Well, you need to do that thing that you were talking about for yours, then like doing the... Oh, I need to do the... I need to thingy... Turn off the preview. Menus still work? Cool. And now I check my phone for the preview. Yeah, I'm roughly centered. Just double check the audio settings did save. Yeah. Cool. So, yeah. As I have said. You have those set up now, but it doesn't help if no one tells me the music's too loud. I mean, it could just be that the music volume's okay, then. But yeah, I've got lots of materials to grind, so... Yeah, song requests seem like a good way of filling the void of grinding. You watched the VOD was too loud Wednesday? I mean, I don't get to see a lot of the Wednesday ones, so... Seems like now might be too loud on a more louder song. I think a louder song has just come on, so we shall see. Bring it down a tad, right? I need to like do the thing of like... Yeah, it's taking it from 19 to 21. Or minus 19 to minus 21. You know what I mean? Yeah, I should like do like a thing on here. Might even be possible to like make a slider or something, but that might be too much work. Buttons would probably be easier. Right. Also, gee, I wonder what influenced Sam's choice of music. It didn't do much damage when you, if it's in Bloodthirst, but... Well, you still do some. Alright. Luckily, I am powered up enough that, like, these bosses are quite easy and quick, but... I've just got a lot of... I've got quite a few materials I need to grind out. Ouch. Ow. Rude. I reckon the Skybound art now will finish it. There we go. As I thought. Do I get many of those? I've got 2 of the head units. So that might be enough for at least that one bit. Although I'll need other material, but that's fine. Right, do we have... Okay, I need rainbow prisms. What else will I need to grab? Inferno orbs. So if I go for something that can give me both rainbow prisms and inferno orbs. This would probably give me them, but also that sounds annoying to fight. Would this give me them? Yeah, but would that give me rainbow? Yeah, it says a reward. Yeah, why not? I love the so we're gonna version of this where it's just every few seconds gets interrupted by like the dying sound in Sunshine, followed by the game over theme. Because it's just accurate. It's just like accurate to the gameplay. Ouch. The lily pad level? I never bothered with the lily pad level. I mean, it sounds annoying enough to get to, let alone actually doing it. So no, part of the problem is getting to it in the first place. I did do Pachinko, which was still also quite annoying. But I did do that one. But yeah, I didn't bother with the lily pad. Because screw that. Again, I would probably have to be paid a considerable amount to consider 100%ing Sunshine. Like I kind of want to stream Sunshine at some point, just like a normal playthrough. Like a non-100% playthrough. Because I enjoy the non-100%, like, just going to the end. I enjoy most of that. I can get paid for doing it. I basically mean as like a, oh, if I like, you know, like a, as in like stream donations or something. Like, you know, for like a silly amount of, like for a certain amount of gift subs or something. Like a certain amount of subs or something. But it'd have to be a relatively considerable amount of money for me to consider it, because ugh. Oh, it's not me dying all the time this time. It's my teammates. No. Ouch. Ouch. Okay, now I'm dead. In fact, I'm gonna skybound art the dragon. Try and get through its overdrive. Right. Okay, you are in overdrive, so let's focus on you. Ow. Ow! Rude. Let's go for you. So if I can get you out of overdrive. There we go. And you've just gone into overdrive. So ouch. Okay. Ouch. Ow. I wanted to skybound out the thing, but instead it just killed me. Well, we're not going to get an S++ on this, I don't think. There we go. I mean, I've got it before, so it's fine. Shit. There we go. Guess I'll do this one because I'm not near enough to any of the others to target them currently. Ouch. There's a lot happening in this corner. You're annoyed you can't find the non-extended upload of the individual stages of the Wind Temple music. You want one stage and the upload of the whole thing, all stages, is nearly 10 minutes. That's always annoying when it's like that. Ah. Oh, come on, I pressed dodge. It's getting ow. Annoying. It's because they're all in overdrive. Ugh. Overdrive. I wonder where this could be going. Oh, you're Skybound asking this one, the one that's about to die. Fine. Oh, I thought you were going to go for Overdrive Ostrich from Mega Man X2. A game which I barely played, incidentally. Yeah, this hasn't gone amazingly well, given the amount of times it died. There we go. For all that, 5 Inferno Orbs. Oh no, well, it's still S++. Oh, fair enough. I guess I just clear it that quickly. To compare what I wanted, I only need an S. I also got 8. Okay, I got 8 there and 5 here. Okay. Let's got the other Inferno Orbs earlier on. Let's see if I can upgrade any of these straight away. I'm basically just going to sort of start at the lower level ones and just keep going as much as I can. Not bad enough. Head units. Okay, I need a few of my things need that, so I'm just going to run that a few times. Before that, do I want to cue any music myself as well? I don't know. Looks over at my game shelf inspiration now that I've got more space for games and I can see more games. Oh, obviously I need to cue some music from Pingu, A Barrel of Fun on the PC. I don't remember if that has music. I don't know. You know what I've got? Come on, connect to chat. My internet should be good enough for that. Okay. Got Zelda on the mind at the moment. Can I set repeat on now? No. I'd set it when I finish it. Okay. Can I set it here? No. One problem with turning my preview is I can't see what the music is now. Although I think I heard the motif from Three Houses, and I did see a Fire Emblem track get queued earlier. Unless I'm just hearing things wrong. I did. Yeah, I mean, as I was saying, I've not played the game and I've barely listened to much of its music, but the few tracks I have heard is from Three Hopes. Alright, so based on the same world and whatnot. Like how the age of, you know, the Hyrule Warriors Age of games rearrange music from their base games, what the games they're based on. One day you'll stream Three Houses. I just maybe one day I'll like these sort of tactical RPG stuff will gel with me one day, but I can never stick. Whenever I try a Fire Emblem, I can never stick with it. Because I like a lot of the, things like the characters and the settings and all that sort of stuff. I like that about Fire Emblem. It's just gameplay is just not, you know, not generally my thing. Repeat. I'll run this a few times. Just because it does seem like I'm going to get a lot of these head units. It doesn't take long to run this one, so. Ouch. Get that invincibility. we go. And then that should either end it or get it very close to ending. Yeah, I'm gonna recognize that melody a mile away. I can never... Can I reach my shelf from here? Not really. Oh, I was gonna say I can never escape it and bring out my Sonic 1 box, but... It's a little bit too far for me to reach without standing up. Wario's gameplay may frustrate you sometimes, but you always love them for giving you rock versions of your favourite game tracks. Sega really did overuse Green Hill, didn't they? Even showed up in a Mario game. It's about to show up in Fortnite. Like... It's about to be in Fortnite. Half the reason you want Xenoblade Warriors is the soundtrack. I also think Xenoblade Warriors would be fun because, you know, they could just go all out with, like, you know, they could go all out with, like, just the sort of funness of the crossover stuff without having to have it be in, like, a mainline game and, like, sort of undermine, like, a mainline game. So they could sort of get out of the way in a game like in a Warriors game. For the past, like, week or whatever, a few days or week, I've been listening to Xenoblade 2 soundtrack in the car. I just finished that today. Best thing is they wouldn't even have to come up with a new setting to house the crossover. Yeah, Xenoblade 3 provided an avenue for it as well. Yeah, I mean, they, like, BS'd away for getting Elma into 2's challenge mode, didn't they? So I'm sure they could figure out a way. Stay the life holding the White Whale 2 glitched and connected to Origin or something. Yeah, that'll work. Although they say about Warriors games giving, like these games like Rock Remix and stuff, I don't think it applied to Dragon Quest though. I think Dragon Quest just used like normal Dragon Quest music, but that might be because of Dragon Quest composer being strict on how his music is used, but he's not alive anymore, so. Yeah, because of you-know-who, most likely. Exactly. Ouch. I assume Dragon Quest Heroes, yes, those are called. I think that also just uses like the rubbishy synthesized like sequenced versions of the tracks as well. Ah, I can destroy the head unit. Yeah. Shame Kid Icarus isn't a big enough franchise to get one. Yeah, I mean, all the characters would just come from one game. It would just come from Kid Icarus Uprising, given that there are a total of what, three proper characters in the original. You got Pit, Palutena, and Medusa. Everything else is just like, enemies and like generic NPCs. And I don't think the Game Boy game introduced any new characters either. Oh, did the Game Boy game have a different villain? I did not know that. I've not played the Game Boy one. Because, honestly, I don't really feel the need to. I mean, I've not even beaten the NES game, so... It did, but he's not very memorable. I mean, the game itself is not particularly memorable. I mean, it didn't even get a Japanese release until the 3DS Virtual Console, so... Apparently he's Orcos. Going for the faux Greek mythology thing, I believe Orcos sounds more correct to a pronunciation. He just looks like the devil, TBH. Hey Shadow, it's me, the devil. That's all I can think of. What is this? The Blood Moon Rises, Age of Imprisonment. I'll explain why I didn't recognise it. It was from Age of Imprisonment. Seeing as not played it. Yeah, I feel like completely a good way of doing it as well, especially given that Uprising kind of established that in Kid Icarus's universe, the gods are all, about as, good-hearted as they are in Greek mythology. Age of Imprisonment, the newest non-remake Star Fox game. gonna see if that was enough to do a few things. The construct flight levels being fun genuinely did play a part in you picking up Star Fox. They basically just are Star Fox. I know there's a part in Bayonetta 2 which is basically Star Fox. I mean, in a quite literal sense, but I'm nowhere near. I've not even beaten Bayonetta 1 yet. I'd want to do that before Bayonetta 2. They didn't change her skin today. It's colour scheme rather than skin, I suppose. What am I feeling today? Maybe that one. Just for a bit of visual interest. Upgrade sigils. I can get one of these done. I don't have enough rainbow prisms. Do I have enough for other stuff? I need a lot of rainbow prisms. The 3 flight levels also have great music. That's what I'm hearing now and the previous and next tracks. Right. Right, rainbow prisms. Right, I should see what else I need. And then choose things that have those. So I will need some more shining orbs. I need black and white dragon scales so that I can get those from Conflux. Okay, I'll see what's got shiny orbs. If anything. She does. Let's see. I'll just fight her. She shouldn't be too hard on her own, especially at this level. Some noise. I was gonna say this reminds me. This makes me think a little bit of Splatoon. This bit reminds you of Earthbound. I've not really listened to much of Earthbound's music outside of Sanctuary Guardian, just because that's the one from the meme. There we go. weapons are going to come out. Come on. There we go. This is the Galaxy 1 version of this, isn't it? Yeah. Nope. That's the last weapon. Well, attack her and then I'll go get that last weapon. Wherever it is. There we go. That was easy. Oh, that did a lot of damage to her. Nice. You're only delaying the inevitable, you know. I don't really know which of the of the two like music tracks I prefer for final battle themes. The Galaxy games. I don't know. Of the bosses themselves to actually fight, I prefer Galaxy ones because it's actually challenging. Well, Galaxy 2's final boss is fun. It's just quite easy. But yeah, I definitely agree that I really do prefer Galaxy 1's, Galaxy 2's rather, final leveling. Phase 1 of Galaxy 2 does put up a fight. I haven't fought the final boss in a while, but I don't remember either phase giving me much trouble. Really. Phase 2 certainly is quite easy though. I don't think I've rolled credits on Galaxy 2 on Switch yet. Not even played it on Switch yet. Yeah. I mean, I imagine I'm not going to... I don't think I'm going to be touching Galaxy 1 on there. I have no real need to. I am perfectly happy to not play Galaxy 1 again for quite some time. And if I ever did feel inclined to pick it back up, like Galaxy 1, probably the new Switch version rather than All Stars, mainly because All Stars, you know, I could... Like, the new version obviously plays in higher resolution on Switch 2. That said, I wonder if using 3D All Stars, but then like playing it in boost mode on Switch 2, I wonder if that would let you use the gyro for the pointer, because you can't normally use the gyro for pointer in the 3D All Stars version. In handheld, you have to use the touchscreen. But if you do it in boost mode, I wonder if it lets you, because I know some games are like whitelisted to be to not allow boost mode. I would say I'll have to experiment. Really can't be bothered, and I don't care that much. Especially given I have the Switch 2, the Switch version, like the new version, rather. Hold on, can I get orbs from... Those are the basic orbs. Can I get the higher up orbs? No. Not from here, anyway. What about the level 2? What's cycle 2? Yes, cycle 2 again. Okay. Let's do some cycle 2. Then. Hold on.
Now, to battle. I'll handle
Hold on. I was going to find some music and I was expecting a loading screen. Hold on. Is it this one? Oh. Disconnected. Oh, is it back? Oh, has it broken my song requests as well? Let me just... Right, here we go. Anyways, I was trying to cue a song, or try to cue something. I'm just seeing if it is the track I know that I know of. Yes, it is. Can't wait for all the Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom scrubs raging at the Water Temple later this year. I suppose it depends on if they keep the core design of the Water Temple intact or if they redo it. The one Three Houses track I know aside from the main vocal theme. Anyways, the Water Temple here seems quite quiet. I don't know whether it's going to be because of things breaking or whether it's because of just the track being quiet. Because obviously it is an Ocarina of Time dungeon theme. They usually are. They are quiet. We've seen the leaked one. Yes, I have, and I've seen the controller. And if the controller is real, I'm very tempted. If they Breath of the Wildify the dungeons, be mad. I mean, when me saying reworking the dungeons, I wasn't necessarily meaning like Breath of the Wild in them. I just more just meant if they were like redoing the dungeons, like still doing them as traditional dungeons, but just redoing them, like basically making new dungeons out of the original concepts. We know nothing about what this remake is going to be like. You know, like all we've seen is that little teaser. You know, I mainly just wonder about this track being quiet because I can barely hear it. You know. I get the Ocarina of Time dungeon tracks are pretty quiet because a lot of Ocarina of Time's soundtrack is like atmospheric, quieter tracks anyway, isn't it? whatever. I did not. I pressed A too quickly there. Oh well. Probably been used in September. I mean, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Why is my frame rate just like dropped drastically? And people said Breath of the Wild was wrong for doing the same. Had that whole discussion on Saturday. Yeah. The thing is, I feel like the moments where Breath of the Wild is quiet, it makes sense as well. Like, it's quiet in the, like, explory open bits. I know, obviously, that's where you spend a lot of your time. But it's to set it's very deliberate to set the atmosphere. Like, I can't imagine Breath of the Wild without the way it does its music, you know? Like, it wouldn't be Breath of the Wild without it sounding like that, you know? Like, there's a lot of games, I think, you know, the sort of tone and atmosphere they set, like, it just wouldn't be that game anymore if they had a different soundtrack. It's part of the problem with the Rayman 30th Anniversary Edition, where it's like, you know, it's still, like, the new music is mostly fine, but it's not the original music. Rayman's music set a very sort of deliberate tone. Categorize that complaint the same way as Joe's colour complaint. Technically, you could argue the complaint is true, but consider them stupid for making it. I wouldn't. I mean, I'm not sure I'd say, like, with the Breath of the Wild music complaint, I'm not sure if I would say people are stupid for making the complaint, but I would say they're missing the point. Like, I'd say they're missing the point with the Breath of the Wild colour complaint. Right. Do I want... What do I want? We'll go with that one. Okay, I need rainbow prisms. Hold on. I need to grind those. I mean, I know I could also buy them, but I don't. I'll burn through my coins so quickly doing it. Rainbow prisms. Don't know what's a good. Rainbow Prism, not use Rainbow Prism. I think you may be in the Zelda mood. I think the quest that people recommend for... for farming this material is one I haven't got to yet. Guess I'll have to do it the long way. Let's see. We'll go with that. Ouch. This conflux can get me the materials decently quickly as well. I don't know. I need to check for rainbow prisms. I suppose Wind Waker, because I can't remember, was Wind Waker HD made internally by like Nintendo, like well, it would have been EAD at the time, I suppose. Because I know Twilight Princess HD was like done by an outside studio. Yeah, so I guess Wind Waker HD was kind of the last like home console Zelda they did before Breath of the Wild, like that Nintendo themselves did, like home console wise anyway. So maybe they just had Wind Waker on the mind. Right. Right, what is the music? Suppose they did have the return, didn't have too many extremes to pull from besides Wind Waker. Yeah, well, I can't think of any other Zelda games that the Rito are in between Wind Waker and Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what Zelda game, what games Rito were in besides Wind Waker and the Breath of the Wild games. I wouldn't be too surprised if Wind Waker was originally like at least partially conceived as a tech demo, because Ocarina of Time 3D was like a tech demo originally, wasn't it? Before they decided to fully develop it. I think it was just Wind Waker until Breath of the Wild. Yeah, so I suppose if they wanted to like reference previous Rito stuff, I suppose they didn't have much choice but to reference Wind Waker a lot. Whereas, like, say with like Deku stuff, like like Deku Tree and all that, there's like Wind Waker and Ocarina for that at least. 3 houses covers the range of final boss themes with its 3 routes. One's dramatic version of the main theme, one has epic choir / rogue theme, the other has a really somber emotional theme. It's cool that like if they that they do stuff like that. Although one thing I did hear about about 3 houses, the way it did the 3 routes was that like you have to like start the whole game from the start, and it's like very much the same until that point where you split. Not sure why Breath of the Wild redesigned the Rito into fairies. I mean, I feel like it's pretty obvious why. They wanted more Zelda music, they should not have been cows and brought back the whatever it is from Twilight Princess that I can't pronounce. The really weird looking ones. Fortunately, the 3 routes are really unbalanced. Very clear the game was rushed. It's also why pre-time skip is basically 90% the same too. Yeah, because like one of my friends, he was like quite into Fire Emblem before Three Houses. Like, as he started, I think same as me. His first one was Sacred Stones on 3DS Ambassador Program, but he like got into like he played like Awakening a fair bit, and he went back to some of the older ones, but he just didn't really jive with Three Houses. And I remember him like basically sort of one of his complaints was like do it for if he wants to do the other routes, like having to start the game again and like less than starting the game again and more that the having to do the exact same stuff without really any change between playthroughs. But yeah, he didn't really jive with Three Houses. Like, it just wasn't for him. Like, he actually liked, like, at least in terms of actually playing, I think he said like in the end he kind of like in hindsight at least liked Fates more than Three Houses because he didn't like the direction Three Houses went in. I'm gonna turn this in, why not? Which I know is like a pretty hot take. I would have thought anyway, because I know most people did not like Fates a lot. Alright, how many of those coins do I have? Will I see it in here, or do I need to go into the shop? It'll be easier to go into the shop. Blue Lions, assuming 2 gets the best route. Black Eagles, basically that 2, but one is super short and unpolished, and the other misses the 3-way battle that's a set piece. Of the other 2 houses, and Golden Deer / Gold is basically one of the Edelrod's routes with different characters with different line of boss slapped on. I mean, true, I suppose, yeah, gameplay is not the main problem with Fates. But yeah, I think he said like he's all basically saying in the end he did like Fate. He likes Fates more than Three Houses in the end, just because Three Houses was not for him. Wait, hold on, the level limit for damage cap is... Oh, that's the trait level. I assume the actual sigil itself. Yeah, okay, the sigil itself only goes up to 15. I hate how icky a lot of Fate's writing is. I mean, yeah, that again, obviously, is the thing that everyone knows about Fates. But for me, as well, like... I don't know if it sounds weird to say, but like, of the Fire Emblem games that have been let's say Switch and 3DS, so like the modern ones. One of the ones that kind of almost interests me the most is Engage, just because of like a lot of people dislike Engage from what I saw because it's like quite silly, but that makes me more interested. Like it being more silly. Because like I've seen like some of the like dialogue and stuff, and like it did look quite funny. When it comes to 3DS Fire Emblem Awakening is where it's at. Echo's had a really good story, but the gameplay is too close to Gaiden. I mean, I suppose when it comes to that point, it's like if you liked Gaiden, like if you liked the different things Gaiden did, then you might like Echoes. But I mean, heard Engage is really well polished and well designed gameplay wise. I remember when Engage came out, I watched the Digital Foundry video on Engage, and like on a tech level, it seemed a lot more sort of technically sound than Three Houses, which is crazy because it's a Switch game made in Unity. Normally they can be rough, depending, and yeah, Engage is the one with the toothpaste hair one. Don't think anyone likes Gaiden. I mean, okay. But I've heard people talk positively on Echoes though, like online. Any of them have? Story for Echoes is really good. It's just you have to play it. It's hard to say what's wrong with it if you're not a Fire Emblem player. I suppose some games are easy to say what's wrong with it, even to non-fans. Like, I can say, Sonic Force's controls aren't very good and the level design is too basic, and that's pretty easy for anyone to understand. Well, we've already got through half of its health bar pretty much. Close enough to it, anyway. Yeah, it's the one Three Houses track I know aside from the main vocal theme. I only know it because it was because of a VTuber clip I watched years ago, and I had it in it, and I was like, I really like this backing track. What's it called? And then I eventually managed to work it out. I don't remember what the clip was about. I just remember watching it and liking the music in the background. And I was like, because she was playing Fire Emblem like 3 hours, so it was music from the game, not just random background music they used. I was like, what is this Three Houses track called? For a long while. Ouch. Wait, I should probably. This map design kind of reminds me to see if Fire Emblem Maker was a thing. Passing not suitable across the streets, and the maps are designed to have as much annoying terrain to slug through as possible. While specifically and exclusively fielding units that root classes can't deal with. I mean, I played obviously some Fire Emblem, and having to navigate around stuff does sound annoying. So it's in defense of the original, of Gaiden, it was literally the second game, so they were still figuring things out, I suppose. And then with Echoes, I suppose they were intentionally keeping the design, I guess. I don't know. So I have seen positive talk on Echoes online. Not as positive as Awakening, but I have seen positive talk on it. No, I don't want to do an attack. I think the Fire Emblem game I put the most time into is probably Heroes though. I did play that quite a bit when I was at uni, but then Dragalia Lost came out and became the mobile game I actually wanted to play. I need more rainbow prisms. You see now why I decided to do this as a Song Regress stream. Your experience with Fire Emblem's trying a demo on the 3DS, the one with Crom. We found it's confusing and scary, so gave up. Crom, I would assume that would be Awakening then. I didn't realise it was a demo. I mean, these days it's easy to acquire 3DS games, so I could try it for free if I ever wanted to. The demo is how you got into the series. I mean, if I wasn't so allergic to the gameplay, Sacred Stones would probably be how I would get into the series, because I did play that a decent amount. Because, obviously, early on 3DS there was not much to do. Let's fight her again. Do I still... Hold up. Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. Ocarina of Time is the voice acting purely for Twin Rovers bickering. Yeah, I just want to hear more info on this thing, just because, you know, I kind of want to know what I would be parting with money for, you know, or either parting with money or asking my parents to part with money, just depending on stuff that might, you know, because usually for Christmas, like, it's normally just easy to like ask to be like, oh, my gift can be a game, normally. You have a rant on Twin Rover coming soon on your Tears of the Kingdom streams? Is this Link's Awakening remake? Yes. Yeah. One day I'll play through Link's Awakening, seeing as I bought it. I bought it and then they brought it to Switch Online. Thanks, Nintendo. Maybe Oracle's made in that style. I was gonna say, well, but after Ocarina of Time, they'd be between projects, but at the same time, would we want, you know, multiple remakes in a row like that? I think we'd probably rather an actual new game first. I'd probably rather an actual new game anyway. Yeah, like I should like play Ocarina of Time. Not play Ocarina of Time. I should play Link's Awakening properly at some point, really. Like, If Ocarina of Time isn't Blizzard, then they just did new games, so you'd be okay with another remake. It's just Zelda's been very like remake and reimagining heavy lately. Oh, you're so close to dying. There we go. Because, like, obviously, with Link's Awakening remade on the Switch, like, obviously, Tears of the Kingdom obviously reuses Breath of the Wild's map. We've got the Ocarina of Time remake coming up. Like, we had Zelda remasters on the 3DS and Wii U. There's been a lot of stuff like that. I mean, Link Between Worlds pretty much reused Links to the Past map. Or at least was very similar to it. Although, you know, obviously was a original game outside of that, but aside from 1 and 2, the Oracles of the one Zelda game held back by their hardware. The game is probably still a ways. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't mind obviously getting Ocarina of Time. I don't know. Just since they have 2 teams, I guess my thing, like in terms of like, I mean, I've not. Do we count Echoes of Wisdom as like a mainline? I suppose it depends on how you draw the line between mainline and sort of spin-off / side game. Yeah, Echoes is mainline. Yeah, but I guess if we like get strict and say like, oh, you know, mainline has to star Link and you have to have like sword play as your main thing, then like, because obviously Tears was, you know, not that long ago, but it also reuses so much from Breath of the Wild. They're like, you know, which is like literally 9 years old. Literally has the biggest lore addition in the series in like a decade. You say that like I pay attention to the lore. No, I'm bad at like realizing and noticing lore stuff anyway. Unless it's Sonic, because I have a problem. Let's fight. I don't know. I feel like Proud Ones give me more. Not a missable thing, it's a major part of the plot. I suppose. Defeat. We'll go with that one. To be fair, with games, like, deciding what's mainline and not is kind of like a nebulous thing anyway. Because, like, would you count Shadow the Hedgehog and Shadow Generations as mainline Sonic games? They don't star Sonic, but they do have meaningful, quote-unquote, you know, lore, like, additions to the lore. But especially in Shadow the Hedgehog, the gameplay is, like, different enough to a core Sonic game. With Zelda, none of the other spin-offs are called The Legend of Zelda. That's fair. But I suppose with Zelda, like most of the spin-offs, like, a decent amount of spin-offs can be sort of. When yes, but Zelda doesn't have like. I'm trying to think what's like. I mean, we got Link's crossbow training. Obviously, that's a spin-off. Obviously, the Warriors games are spin-offs. But like a lot of Zelda titles are just the core titles anyway, like core titles and handheld titles. So, I suppose with Zelda, you could argue that like, is any of it really spin-off? When most things are, yeah, most things are like you would say a canon, I suppose, wouldn't you? Like most things would count. It's not like say Mario where there's like so much spin-offs that there are like spin-off series. Like that's how spin-off-y Mario gets. Need a Zelda Kart spin-off. It's called Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, it's like I can't joke about Xenoblade Kart anymore because they went and made it. No, they went and made Xenoblade Kart, so I can't joke about that anymore. Oh, come on. Is Cadence of Hyrule a Zelda spin-off or a Necrodancer spin-off? Yes. Yeah, I think the answer there is yes. Yeah, like the spin-offs that we do have, like mostly do feel like they can be canon things. Age of Prism is canon. They presented Age of Calamity as canon before it came out. It wasn't, but you know, they presented it like it was going to be. Also, like, could you say that like the original Hyrule Warriors with enough like sort of BSing with like, you know, that like enough like BSing, you could just say it's a different Link, Zelda, and Ganon. Calamity can be canon. It's just another timeline split like Ocarina. I suppose. I feel like at this point the Zelda timeline is even more just broken than it was before. I always considered it pretty non-coherent anyway. Because like with Breath of the Wild games, like just you know doing their own thing. I'm still not sure. Like there is a name that people use to refer to those games, and not just calling them the Breath of the Wild games, like I keep doing. But I keep forgetting what that is. Wild era, yeah, the Wilds games, Wilds era, yeah. Or open air. I was gonna say, I suppose that more like defines the gameplay, but then I remember that we Sonic fans call Unleashed through generations the Boost era or the Boost games. Although as Sonic fans, we tend to categorize games based on gameplay anyway. I mean, because Sonic's done so many gameplay styles. So we almost kind of need to categorize them like that because we've experienced so many different gameplay styles for Sonic. But yeah, I never really I never took much stock in the Zelda timeline anyway beforehand. But it's like it seems like it just feels like with the newer games they kind of like made another branch of it. It feels like to me anyway, rather than trying to fit it into the existing branches. But that's just my interpretation anyway. I'm not really I'm not a story guy with a lot of things, so take my opinions there with a pinch of salt. No, not weapons, sigils. So much of this stuff needs these materials.
Your weapons won't betray you.
Breath of the Wild always felt like a soft reboot. Tears of the Kingdom blatantly breaks the law, which they just commit to it being its own timeline rather than being all it at the end of the timeline as they are. Yeah. Breath of the Wild definitely feels like sort of feels rebooty. Yeah, that doesn't give me. It probably gives me more of the flawless prisms than a higher level quest does. So we'll do that. And I suppose also part of my like disregarding like overall lore in a series might partly come from like, you know, I play series that constantly break their own lore or constantly like ignore long-standing lore. Like Sonic constantly obviously reinvents itself and ignores things. I mean, I think they're trying to be more consistent these days, but for a long time, Sonic would just contradict itself constantly. And Rayman, you could tell me Rayman 1, 2, and 3 are just in completely different reboots of each other. Like, it's like it reboots itself every time. What you do is stick Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom in their own timeline, coming off the time travel and Skyward Sword. Move the classic games from the Downfall timeline into Between Age of Imprisonment and Breath of the Wild. Calamity Ganon being a constant returning thing, which will explain why Ganon comes back so often in the 2D games, and why he gets more and more mindless as the games go on. Oh, whoops. I only know this track from the symphonic movement on the 25th anniversary symphony. I also don't believe that until Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Zelda were always all that important and consistent. The big important games are all self-explanatory in how they piece together. Oh, whoops. Let's immediately gone back into overdrive. Oh, I keep falling in the lava. Oh, great. Oh! There we go. I can't remember which game this is from. It's from... I can't remember if this is Twilight Princess or Wind Waker, and I obviously can't see the screen for the thing. Wind Waker, right. Yeah, to remember, I've not beaten either Twilight Princess nor Wind Waker. I'm too bad at games to beat those ones. I know Wind Waker's meant to be pretty short, but I've not played it in a long time. I should. Maybe one day when I've got time. If I can beat Breath of the Wild and Tears Kingdom, I can beat those two. They're harder for sure. I'd say they're hard in different, like, the difficulty is in different ways, if you know what I mean. So derailed stream with Zelda. I mean, it's a grinding stream. This is basically a... like, it's basically just an excuse to chat. Right, what else did I need? Inferno orbs. Right. Also... have I been getting... I've been getting some materials.
How about that?
No. Okay. Wait a minute. Yep, thought so. Also, if we're gonna rant about Zelda, completely nothing to do with the gameplay, but the big box for Skyward Sword is too tall to fit on the same shelf as my Wii games. I've had to put it on the bottom shelf of my shelves, away from the rest of my Wii games. It's slightly annoying. Oh, did you not intend to do the Silver Gunner one? But yeah, my Skyward Sword box doesn't fit with all my other Wii games, and I'm annoyed. When I was putting my Wii U games out, I was like tempted to put Mario Maker in its big box, and I thought, nah, I can't be bothered. But now I'm glad I didn't, because I now know that wouldn't fit. But Galaxy 2's like cardboard cover like thing only just fits as well. Was the first non-extended result. You gotta check the name of the channel. Right. Go for something that's got Rainbow Prisms and Inferno Orbs. So I reckon fight dragon. How's the grinding going? Grindy. Like, if I don't get time to grind between streams, there may be more of this in the future. In the very near future. It depends on how much time I have to grind between streams. But you know what? It's nice and chill. And it, like, gives me more of an opportunity just to, you know, gives us an opportunity just to chat and stuff, doesn't it? Whereas if I'm, like, trying to actually talk about the game, I sometimes feel like I run out of things to say. If I'm, like, trying to talk about the game, but then it's also becoming a bit grindy. Whereas bringing it down to being a bit more casual, like, you know, song requests and just chatting while grinding is nice. Need to find another excuse to song requests when Hyrule Warriors is done. Yeah, there's just something nice to me about just, again, like, this all chill vibes and, like, just being able to just chat about whatever. Like, that I like about doing these. Ouch. Like the Zelda timeline. Although I guess to bring it back to Fire Emblem, isn't? I remember, like, when this Silver Gunner one first came up, like, I think one of the jokes repeated in the comment section was just like that they can't escape the song even, like, outside the game. Isn't, like, the song like in the game, like, loads or something? From what I heard back then. This is like 10 years ago, like going back 10 years of Silver Gunner uploads though. So I don't fully remember the comment sections. Please so much. Like, is it that the motif gets used a lot, or is it just the actual, like, song itself just constantly plays? Both. Because obviously, because I love, obviously, use of, like, motifs and stuff. It's what I love about soundtracks like Xenoblade 2 and Rayman 2, Sword and Shield. But obviously, if the song itself plays like loads, then that would I imagine would get quite samey. Hold on. I was gonna say this sounded like crosscode. We must have got back to my the backup playlist or something. Yeah. Ow. It's nearly 7 o'clock already. Cool. Alright, nearly down. There you go. 50. So is this like a boss theme or something? Playing in 3 minutes 17 seconds. I feel like the key we've lost is longer than that on its own, and there's still the rest of this track to play. It's the main world boss theme, so the ones with the special Luigi events in the fights. Oh. I'm gonna just get that last one done. There you go. I'm gonna have to kill this guy in Mario. Luigi in every boss fight. I've barely made a dent in this. Jeez. Fellowship was so good until it just refused to end. No video found. The ending was really good, just way too much padding in the final act. So it's kind of a shame when like something has like a good ending, but it's like you wouldn't want it to go through all the like padding before it. I think what I might do is just stop these song requests there, because that should take us past 10 o'clock. So, yeah, we'll finish up stream after Live and Learn. Because it's nearly 10 now. It doesn't really matter which ones I get. I'm gonna get through it really easily anyway. Rude. Glad the Wii versions didn't overwrite the original in game. I can't remember the new version. Was that where did that play again? Did it play in like chapter 13 somewhere? Yeah, it did. I'm still tempted every now and then to like look into seeing if I can order a CD soundtrack, the CD soundtrack of for Xenoblade X. Love the soundtrack. Overdrive didn't overwrite it. It overwrites the original though, doesn't it? Again, the normal final boss. Yeah. I guess until chapter 13, Xenoblade 2 was the only one where it couldn't happen. Because Xenoblade 2 didn't have a chain attack theme. Overly moral if I won't do that again with Genesis. On one hand, yeah, I hope they don't do it again. On the other hand, it would be funny. Especially bad with 3, so most of the boss themes are low health variations you never heard in chain attacked. Yeah, because they're like fairly like dynamic, aren't they? The like, it's like dynamic. Xenoblade 3's sort of music, like battle music, but you don't get to hear it. If you chain attack. At the same time, the chain attack theme does slap. It is very good. So it's like, at least if the music has to be interrupted, it gets interrupted by a very good track. At least. It's like, that meme where it's like, stop posting about Among Us, and it also changes to other things. I love the Xenoblade one of that, because it's like, as it goes into like the ding part of the meme, it's like, obviously, you all know our names is about to go into like the sort of, the guitar bit that everyone knows. But it's like, but instead like a vision happens, and so it's just like the dings is like the vision theme, and like the comments are like accurate. Yeah, do you like how they did it in 3 in the final boss? Yeah, it doesn't interrupt until the final phase. Yeah, it's like kind of like your victory lap music in 3. I mean, that's kind of how you portrayed it in your stream, I remember. Speaking of epic final boss music. I don't like the final hazard fight as much as like Perfect Chaos, but this is a amazing final boss theme. Sonic games can have like the most annoying final bosses, and I'll still be able to look partly fondly on it just based on the music. like I really dislike Unleashed's final boss. I don't think it's particularly good, but the music is amazing. Glad I actually got it in the movie. Wish we had more. Yes, it was an improvement on the previous movie's score. I do wish they leaned on it more. I mean, if they didn't have it, that would have been sacrilege. Would have been like, it would have genuinely like not just like, it would have affected how I saw them. Like, my opinion on the movie. I think actually, because you can't do Supersonic and Super Shadow teaming up to fight the Eclipse, going against the Arc or the Eclipse Cannon in the movie's case. You can't do that without Live and Learn. Like, Sonic X's dub already made that mistake. They had it in the Japanese version of Sonic X, but they didn't bother. 4Kids didn't bother licensing it for the dub. Oh, why is City Escape a new reference to their theme where you can barely tell that it's City Escape? It's also in the wrong city. But they did that city in the first movie already, so... Yeah, I didn't even know it was City Escape until, like, afterwards. So I think I remember reading it in the credits, and I was like, where was City Escape? Or Escape from the City, to use the name of the song. I was like, where was it? But, yeah... I didn't mean to. Hope eventually get one of the Frontiers songs. I suppose that would mostly make sense if we had anything Frontiers adjacent in any of the movies, though. Right, did I get enough to upgrade anything before we finish up? Probably not. Oh no, I do. Let's see. Let's give you a quick charge, why not? To give Metal Sonic a big robot, it would fit. I feel like, personally, I mean, as a Sonic fan though, part of me feels like my association with Metal Sonic Big Robot is like Sonic Heroes, where he does his whole Metal Overlord thing. And then that, to me, then What I'm Made Of comes to mind. But, obviously we don't know what direction they're going in for the story, because obviously the assumption would be Sonic CD elements, given Amy and Metal Sonic, and that teaser thing they did a little bit back had used the motif from Sonic Boom, the song. Oh, snooze ad. Don't need the ad to start right now. Right. Song has finished. Right. Quickly over to finishing up. So that was grinding. We may have to do more, depending on if I get time to do stuff in between streams. On the one hand, it's not that I understand it may not be the most riveting thing to watch. On the other hand, having a set time to do it does help in getting the motivation to do it, if you know what I mean. So, rather than having to be like, oh, I've got to do this before next stream, I can be like, I can do this on the stream and, have it in a more structured time. As long as if we ever get a Shadow movie, they use the iconic line, I just love Radical Highway. Yes, that famous line that Shadow definitely says. Suppose it depends if they want to do Black Doom. But yeah, I guess we'll be doing more. I will probably have to do some off-stream grinding because I mean, it's going to take a long time if I want to grind up all this stuff. So yeah, I'll possibly, yeah, I'll have to do some off-stream stuff. If it starts getting to the point where I'm really where it's like taking way too long, I may take a break from streaming this and then do some off-stream grinding and then come back to it. But we'll figure it out. Because obviously, I kind of don't want the grinding to overtake just take over everything on stream. But yeah, more of this on Sunday probably. As I said, on Saturday, where Ben's not streaming, potentially, as I've said, I might use that as an excuse to do an extra thing and do like a one-off, like I'll have played it before with that already, but like showing off, I guess, the Sonic content that they're putting into Fortnite, maybe. Not to be like, oh, Fortnite, but you know, I enjoy playing it every now and then. And Sonic is there. They know how to get me back into it. Just slap that blue hedgehog's face on it, and I'll be like, I'm there. Because I have a problem. So, but that's only a maybe. I may get to Saturday and be like, I can't be bothered. Because I do have work that day. And Saturday's in retail. Anyone who's worked retail would understand. You would probably miss that. I mean, I kind of assumed as much given that you're away. Like, that's why you're not streaming. Anyways, let's finish up before the ad has a chance to ruin our day. So, thanks for watching, and I'll be back in the weekend with something. Or maybe I'll replace Sunday's stream with the Fortnite stuff if I can't bother to do it on Saturday. Because it is Sonic content, and it can break up the slight monotony of grinding. Anyways, thanks for watching, and yeah, we need to finish before the ad comes back in.